Morocco and came back home, started coaching a
Mm,
little bit, coached for McClure North High School a little bit. And
wow.
now, I work at Edward Jones and I play basketball for the Midwest Sound. So
All is
it's
life.
exciting.
All is life. So,
Yeah.
let us know, how did that opportunity come about to go play overseas? Let's give it a moment.
Hey,
Hi,
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, I do apologize. It's my fault again. I'll be forgetting about these time zones.
No, it's okay.
I was like, oh my God. But thank you so much for, taking the time to talk to us today on this
Absolutely.
Tuesday evening.
Thanks for
Week of,
inviting me. I'm excited. This is
you're welcome. Week of
so
Thanksgiving.
fun.
I know everybody looking forward to Thursday. So,
Yes.
oh yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. So let the viewers know who you are.
Okay, so my name is LaTeesha DaLoach. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, where I live now. I've been playing basketball all of my life.
Right.
I went to Incarnate Word Academy here in St. Louis, was on the state championship teams, and then I went to college in Belleville, Southwestern Illinois College, which is SWIC, for a JUCO for about 2 years. And then I left there and went to the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky, where I played NAIA basketball. And then I played overseas for a bit in Morocco and came back home, started coaching a
Mm,
little bit, coached for McClure North High School a little bit. And
wow.
now, I work at Edward Jones and I play basketball for the Midwest Sound. So
All is
it's
life.
exciting.
All is life. So,
Yeah.
let us know, how did that opportunity come about to go play overseas?
Yes, so it was actually hard. I did not have an agent. So I went to a combine a month before I graduated from college. I didn't get any looks, and I was so devastated because I was playing against all these top players, and I was hooping like I was killing, and I
Oh yeah.
still didn't get any calls. So I was like, okay, what can I do? So they had these groups on Facebook where they have
Hmm.
like professional job openings or like a women's group if you're looking to play overseas. And I put in my information, put in my highlight tape and
Hmm.
my resume, and got reached out by someone. They reached out to me in my inbox. I made
Hmm.
sure it was legit, had a lawyer review the contract and stuff, and
Exactly.
then I went overseas. So I
Look at
was
that.
over there from, I'd say, November. I went 2 days before Thanksgiving. So I
Hmm.
was going over there around this time. And then I came back in April. So
Okay.
it
So,
was it
like,
was really
how long
fun.
the duration that you played overseas?
Just for so I went to Costa Rica kind of for a trial period for like a couple weeks. And then after that I went to Morocco and I would say maybe some months, maybe 6 months. It wasn't really long, because I got burnt out quick. I won't sit here and lie. I got burnt out quick once I came back.
Oh,
So I hurt myself when I was over there, and I rehabbed my back for a year, and I kind of got in that position to where I was kind of stuck. Like, do I really want to go back? Do I not want to go back? And I was getting offers to play in different areas, but the pay was less. So I
mhm.
didn't think it would be smart to kind of go overseas and accept less money when I was making more money here. So I stayed. So
Exactly. Okay. Okay. Playing is smart. Playing is
yeah.
smart. So, once you got back over to the States and back in Missouri, how did the opportunity come about with the Midwest Sound to play for Coach Damon?
Yeah. So I just saw these postings on Facebook and I actually got it was one of my friends reached out and said, "Hey, I know a team like they're putting a team together because I used to play for this team called the Midwest Flyers, but they folded."
Mm-hmm.
So when the opportunity came for the Midwest Sound, my friend was like, "Yeah, there's a ABA league and they're trying to get some players and do some tryouts. Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And so Coach Damon reached out to me, gave me his information. He kind of called me, gave me like a phone interview, and he was like,
Okay.
"Okay, we'll see you at tryouts." And I went to tryouts, and it's been the story
The
ever
rest
since.
of
I've just
history,
been
huh?
I've been rolling ever since.
How is it playing with Coach Damon?
Oh, it's fun. He is really sweet. He's very kind. I love the fact that he's also a pastor, as well as our head coach is a pastor as well, because I'm
Mhm.
heavily involved in my church. So just to kind of have that spirit and that atmosphere while you're playing, it really kind of helps me because that's important to me. So.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. How did you feel when this season right here was canceled? Like when you heard, what was the feeling?
Oh, I was devastated because I was ready. I went through a tough time. My mom passed about 7 months ago,
Okay.
and she came to all of my games and stuff, and I was really excited about this season. So when she passed, I was really trying to think of things that was gonna, keep me on the straight and narrow, so that I
Um,
would keep my mind, on the go, so I'm not just sitting in what I'm going through. And
yeah.
when the season canceled, that was just another blow. And so I was like, well, I got to think of other ways to stay busy. So I started to work out and train, and I got a physical trainer because I was like, you know what? I want to go back to how I was hooping when, I was overseas, when I was in college. I kind of want to have my mindset on that because I was like, this season I'm going to kill. There's no other way, in honor of
Right.
her, I have to kill. And so when it was canceled, I was like, shoot, that's okay. That's all right because I'll be ready next season because it's on.
You better say
It's
it. So
on.
what are you doing to occupy this time now that you had a whole season off?
Yeah, so I not as much as I like to. So because I'm working full time at Edward Jones, I work out right now about 2 days a week with my personal trainer, due to my schedule. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to the gym and I'm just getting up shots. On the weekends, I'm getting up shots.
Okay.
Kind of doing the same things that I was doing in college, but it's just like a modified time, and I'm just making sure that I'm still in shape, so that when we have our games, I can it's just like repetition. It's like nothing ever changed.
So
So
how's your eating? You still eating right? Because
yeah,
that's part of it. That's part of it.
I did. So what I did was what I'm doing right now is I did
Hmm.
exactly what I did when I was in college. So my senior year, I'll never forget. I had gained all of this weight because we had a we had an assistant coach who was like this really really buff guy, and he skipped leg day. Like we would always joke and be like, "Bro, like your legs are like this, but you're like this big." And so I put on all of this weight. I was extremely heavy for like the type of style that I played. And so I went to my coach and I said, I think we should kind of like implement a diet plan because we really didn't kind of have one. And I said, I think we should kind of implement something with like, supplements, vitamins, diets. We can only eat a certain amount. I said, because what I want to do is I want to buff up like I did now, but I
Hmm.
want to, once I buff up, I want to lose the weight and just cut it up so I'm just fit. Like I want
Oh
no
yeah.
body fat. And she was like, okay, we can do that. Let me work with him. And so we worked with him. I went from my senior year, I was 140 pounds, which was the most I had ever been because I'm only 5'3". So, that's a lot to kind of tote around.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I got all the way down to 125, but I was muscular, like I was buff, and I had no body fat. And so
Oh
I was
wow.
able to just run up and down the court like they wanted me to, but I was still strong enough to, take those hits when I was going to the cup and, getting fouled. Because before, when I was in high school, my sisters would tease me all the time, but, I would go to the paint and get knocked around because I was like 110 and get up and make my free throws. Because, that to me, that was like the easiest way. If my shot not going, go to the basket, see a couple free throws going. That's going to kind of help you get your rhythm. And so I was like, nah, when I get to college, they ain't gonna be knocking me around no more. So I
That's
started
what's
to,
up.
got in the gym and stuff. So
Hustle.
now, listen, I play them games now. I go into the basket now. I'm giving a little shoulder here, coming up with the right here, might come up with the
Hey.
left here. I'm like, nah. So yeah, no more knocking me down unless I fall on my own.
You better say it. You better say it. So besides working out and working your 9 to 5, is there anything else that you're doing outside of that? Like, are you building your own brand?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned church, like
I did. So
so.
the interesting thing for me is I'm actually training to be a deaconess right now in church.
Oh,
So I'm excited about that. I'm and joined we have a group in our church called the Young Adult Ministry, so I'm a part of that. I'm heavily involved in my church. I teach Sunday school, so I teach the high school kids. Sometimes I teach the young adults as well.
Oh,
And I am heavily involved in church. And right now, my sisters have these business ventures, and I'm trying to work on developing like a social media marketing um, kind of agency of my own so that I can kind of help them with
this
pushing
is
that
time
traffic.
for social media is big.
Yes, it's big. And so both of them have these exciting brands, and I'm like, okay, look, I gotta get going so I can help them because they're both like, I don't feel like getting on Facebook. I don't feel like getting on Instagram. I don't feel like doing this.
But
And I'm
that's
like,
where
this
it's at.
this is
Like,
this is
if
my
anybody
field.
knows
Hmm.
about marketing, social media is where it's at. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so
going to
I'm
help them out tremendously.
Yeah, so I'm working on that now to kind of get that started. And I'm kind of, it's an infant right now, but I'm trying to just become more knowledgeable about it. And then I'm hoping that it just comes into fruition because this is definitely something that I want to do for a living. So,
Well, just keep sowing that seed, keep nurturing it, and
yeah,
it'll grow. Like
for
consistency,
sure.
like you did when you got yourself overseas. Consistency, that persistence.
Exactly.
So just
You're
keep
right.
it. It'll grow. So
Hmm.
staying right here with you, being heavily involved in the church.
Hmm.
In the community, are you doing anything in the community outside of the church? Because holidays coming up, we're in
For
a
sure.
global pandemic, so this is
Absolutely.
time to really get together and
Yeah.
positivity out in the universe. So are you doing anything out in the community?
So right now, I am working with one of my old classmates from high school. She
Mm-hmm.
is actually putting together something. She has this vision of creating like a Black enterprise for Black athletes. And we
Oh,
were thinking about doing a toy drive in December for, kids and, anybody who wants to come. And so we're still in the developing stages of that. So we've been doing that. And also my church, we have an adopt a highway. So we always clean up on the side of the highway and kind of pick up,
oh,
the litter and stuff on the side, people's,
yeah, they look
cups,
good.
just trying to keep the area clean. But that's pretty much what we're working on. That toy drive is really what's kind of really pushing me. That's going to be our first one, so I'm just hoping that we're able to meet the needs and just do it, through that for that season. So
Oh
I'm
yes,
excited about that.
please make sure that you make a flyer, put it on your
Oh
page.
yes, of course.
Support you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I
Um,
appreciate that.
and be sure to like have like a link where
Mhm.
somebody can, if people not in the St. Louis area, I mean, they can at least donate and you guys
For
can go.
sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's what
we're working with it, so we're getting it together, so I'm excited about it.
good, good,
Mm-hmm.
good. So speaking of this pandemic and
Mm-hmm.
togetherness and like it's like the whole world shifted since March.
Yes, yes.
It's like we're about to go on another lockdown and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. How have you been during throughout this whole duration?
Hmm. Well, it's kind of been an up and down situation for me. I will admit, my mental has kind of been challenged due to everything that's going on. But because I've been able to stay involved and I have a great support system outside of my family. I have my sisters, I have my dad, I have my church family and friends that have really been pushing me. And what's really helped me is I've just been, to be honest with you, I've just been studying. I've gotten back in that word.
Yeah,
I'm diligent in that study time
man.
because a lot of times what happens is, when you get that idle mind, you got to feed it, and so I'm like, I have to put in myself the things that I know are going to be beneficial for me. It's going to help me continue to grow me so that I'm not stagnant in this because, the
Yes,
pandemic exposed a lot of things, but all is not lost. So, when you keep that mindset, that's really what's been
man.
helping me. So, yeah, I can't.
Please give us the word, please. We need it on here. We need it
Yes,
on here.
Lord.
So as you mentioned, how is your mental like at this point now with all the recent unjust in the world?
Um, it at first it started it was very unsure. It was very hurt. But I feel like I'm getting stronger with everything that I'm seeing. I'm becoming more knowledgeable about things. My sisters always talk about politics,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized I wasn't well versed in it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, I need to educate myself on what's going on. And even if it pains me to kind of watch these shows that they put on Netflix, it's hard for me. It was so hard for me to watch When They See Us. I was one of them people like, I
Yeah,
cannot watch this. But when I watched it, I realized that it was necessary because you really, just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean that it couldn't happen. And
exactly.
so, with everything going on in the news and with, especially with us having to vote, I made sure, that I knew who was in my district, that I was knowledgeable on it. And the fact that my sisters, both of them were, telling me about it and helping me with it actually helped me. So, as far as like my mental, I feel like I'm stronger now and I feel confident in the fact that I've learned more and I'm, able to kind of, sort through all of the things that's kind of going on. But my heart just, it was broken with everything that was going on for sure. And a lot of things were, like I said, the pandemic just exposed a lot of things that I don't think, people realized or were ready to see, or people
Yeah.
were lying about saying, oh, it went away. No, no, it didn't.
No,
No,
it
it
did.
didn't. No, it didn't. So,
Do you see any type of change coming in the near future? Because like they said, this was like one of the most important elections, and
yes, it was.
that everybody got out to vote.
Hmm.
Um, and like you said, you took the time to study who was in office in your
Hmm.
community, and it seems like a lot of people did that. So I saw a lot of change in when it comes to voting, especially in the Black culture, in the Black
For
communities.
sure. Yes.
So do you see any type of? Do you feel like there may be some change coming? I know it's a
That's where
lot
my
of work.
yeah, that's where my faith is. I don't really expect it to change overnight. I know it's going to
Oh
take some
yeah.
time. But I have hope and I have faith that we will see some change, but I do think it's going to be slowly but surely. But I honestly think, and I'm just going to say this out loud, I think that we can all agree that we all need to get back to the place where we were when the world realized who God was. And that's what this pandemic is really about. He's
Mm-hmm.
he's coming back. So get your house, get your lives, get your stuff in order because this world is sick, it's dying, and we've gotten away from what we were, who we were as a people. And so, just God is like, oh, let me bring you back in. So,
Ooh, we going to church on a Tuesday.
right.
Girl, you was about to make me close my eyes and just be like, yes, yes, yes. You better say it. And so now we're getting back onto the subject of sports, but kind of
Yes.
still staying here with the change in the pandemic.
Mhm.
Did you realize how your fellow peers as athletes came together in unity? Did you like the here in this league, the
Mhm.
WABA, the WNBA, the NBA, the NFL, tennis, soccer? I mean,
Yes.
car. It's like everybody stood together in unity.
And
Like,
that was
okay,
so beautiful to see. So
it was
beautiful to see because that's what's needed. Because there are so many people who don't, you kind of get that mindset where you don't have any hope. I'm not saying that I was there, but I'm saying you have people out there that like there's no hope. There's never going to be a change. And to see like people that we always tune in to watch on
yep,
TV and
yep.
your favorite athletes actually saying Black Lives Matter and the
And you
NBA
see, they poured
actually.
a couple games.
Correct. Right.
It,
And so that was what was needed. And that's what it's about, getting us all back together in unity as one.
mm,
So it's beautiful to see. I was so happy to see that
me
because
too. It was
I was
almost
afraid that I wasn't going to see it.
it was almost
So,
like a it's about time moment.
hmm
You get what I'm saying?
but I
So
will say this. The NFL better get it together because they need to put Colin Kaepernick back in there
hey, you know what?
because Clearly he wasn't wrong. So
He really,
everybody sees that now. He
he
deserves
really.
a job.
But they came to some type of agreement because, honey, it was undisclosed. It was something that he can't even discuss when he had that meeting with
Right.
the NFL. So,
Mm-hmm.
their eyes opened a little bit somewhere. But it would be nice to see him back in there. But
Absolutely.
even if he doesn't come back, I do believe that that undisclosed amount
Mm-hmm.
that he can't
Yeah.
say, I'm pretty sure he's a
Yeah.
little satisfied with it. But you see, he broke the ice.
He
He
did.
he really, brought attention to a very important subject. And
Mm-hmm.
even if he doesn't get back in the NFL, he still did his job.
He
He did
did.
his job. So,
He did. And he sacrificed. And I thank him
yep.
for it because it was needed. Too many times, you notice people just try to hide stuff under the rugs and try to hide everything.
And he
You can't
exposed it.
hide this. He exposed it. So,
And again, I'm pretty sure, even if that man don't play another NFL game, he did his job, and I know he's satisfied with that. He's very
amen.
happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, as a female player,
Mm-hmm.
uh, well, athlete, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
um, how does it feel seeing us women break these barriers in the sports industry like we are now, like in this male dominated industry? We're coaches,
Yes.
we're owners, we're referees, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and actually we're playing the sport. Like, besides basketball, there's now
Mm-hmm.
women football teams. Like,
Yep.
how is that, looking at that? Like, there's women in the middle of the field during NFL games,
Yep.
women on the sideline coaching these men.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that feel, being like a female athlete? Just
It's it's amazing to see, and it's, in my opinion, long overdue. It should have
yes.
already been.
Ooh,
I think the society, the world is always like, well, women are meant to do this and men are meant to do this, and you see that, as always, we're smart. No, I'm playing. I was gonna say we're smarter, but but it's long overdue, and it excites me to see that because they always, when I was growing up and I was, my mom was putting me in all these basketball camps and she was getting me all this training and stuff. You would see these commercials, like those motivational commercials, and they're all
yeah.
like, yeah, when this little boy grows up, he too can see that he can be this, and he could be a lawyer, a doctor, a judge, a this. And now it's like little girls can see, like, okay, yeah, even though this is the NBA, I could be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I could be a referee if that's something that I'm striving for. I could be the CEO or in charge of marketing for this big corporation or NBA team. Like, that's really good to see. So it's key, and
I'm
it's just long overdue. But I'm just so happy about it because the world is, even though it's sick and things are constantly changing, there is some good change that's going around, and that's one of those changes that is good. So
Yeah. So, your opinion as a female athlete, can you tell us how important it is to you to get the respect that you deserve as a female athlete?
oh, it's very important. And it should be, it's something that's deserved as well. Especially, like, I use her as an example. Serena Williams is, all you see and all you hear was, about her, playing tennis and all this, and she was like the face of it. And then now you have this new, I forgot her name, but the girl who beat her last year. You know who I'm talking about.
She beat
Uh,
Venus, Naomi.
Venus. Yeah, yeah. And
Naomi. I
you
don't
just,
want to say her last. I don't
I
want to,
know.
but it starts with an O. But
Yes.
y'all know,
And it's
we
just
all
like
know who she
now
is.
you're seeing that, and it's just so important to have that respect, especially when you're putting in the work, when you're putting in the time. And even when they, I don't know if you saw it before, I'm sure you did, but when they did that side by side of like LeBron James and like Sue Bird in their 17th season getting like a ring, and
Exactly.
and just, it was so, I was amazed to see that, because they only put them side by side when it's like, look how much the NBA get paid versus how much the WNBA get paid. But to kind of
and
see,
they put in that same amount of work, you know what I'm saying? So
right. So
yeah.
to kind of see that and be like, look what Sue Bird did in her 17th season, and they're putting her next to the GOAT of the NBA right now, it's just like, wow. I'm like, yes, thank you, because I thought I was seeing salaries, but I thank you that you're actually seeing this is greatness and this is greatness as well. So it's very important.
Thank you, and thank you. Her last name is Osaka. So somebody
Yes,
said,
okay, thank
yes,
you,
yes, thank you,
because
thank you.
I
will
didn't want to
acknowledge
butcher
that.
it, right?
Case. Sorry, Naomi, I love you.
Right. Hey, girl.
So, speaking of, staying on this subject of respect, you're in the league of opportunity.
Yes.
That's growing rapidly every day.
Mm-hmm.
The WABA goes by the slogan, "It's our time." Just those 3 words. When you hear it, what comes to your mind?
Our time is right now. Even though I feel like I'm aging, I'm at a tender age of 26, so I'm right in that cusp
Oh,
of
girl, you're
like,
the
well,
baby.
no, as far as
Yeah,
like hooping
yeah,
years,
it's
you right
kind of,
at that cusp where it's like I'm semi-vet, semi like still
yeah.
young, but
Mhm.
it drives me. It when I think about it, it's like keep going, keep striving. Like you can only greatness you just keep going. There's no other place to go but up. Not going down, we going up. So when I think of that, it's just like, yeah, like this really is our time, to just to be the best that we can be. And not just in basketball, like we were talking about, like in the community. And you know how it warmed my heart our first game we won. I had these girls coming up like, can I have your autograph? And I'm like, of
Oh,
course you can. Like, what's your name?
look,
Like,
you
you
picture too.
know, right. And then that cheese, like I'm about to pick these kids up pre-COVID-19, like cheese, like,
Oh,
but it's really it just in my mind it's just like keep going. Like,
yeah,
'cause it's only up, you only get better from here. So, and you set new goals. I've set new goals for what I want to do in my career. Because it's fun now. I'm not saying basketball wasn't fun when I was trying to get these jobs, but I felt like the pressure, and I was just so into the sport. Like it was like I'm losing myself in it. Like you got to have fun with it too, T. Like it's work,
yeah,
but you got to have fun with it too. So it's extremely fun now because I'm just like, yeah, we just gonna go out here and we just gonna do what we do the only way we know how. So
hey, you're setting new goals, and ball is life. You're in the
right,
right league. You know what I'm saying? Hint,
for
hint.
sure,
There's opportunities,
for sure,
league.
for
I mean,
sure,
team ownership opportunities.
for sure.
Say, hey, all you gotta do is holler at Marsha. Shout out to Marsha. She the woman now.
All right now.
So, are you ready for this upcoming season? It's 9 months away. You still got a long
Absolutely.
stretch, but it's not that
Yeah.
long. But so, are you ready? You
I'm
feel like,
so ready. We've had some exhibition games. We had like one exhibition game and we played and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm so ready." I just missed like get what it takes to prepare for a game. What that looks like and practices and just getting to it. I've missed that. So I am so ready. These 9 months can't go any faster. So
are you, speaking of exhibition, like how often are you in contact with your teammates?
So we talk throughout the week because we have like practices right now like 2 days a week.
Okay.
But we actually have a good relationship outside of practice. So I'm talking to some of them, if not every day, every other day. And
Mm.
we do stuff like we kind of bond together and hang out,
Oh,
just to kind of keep that chemistry strong. So, even if you kind of
you're
get in
not
the
a team.
game and
Don't feel
right.
like that.
And we definitely feel like family. They have really rallied around me when my mom passed, they were really just right there. And that was what was needed. And so when you know you're a part of a family, that's what's key. So that's why I'm just so excited to get this season because I'm just like they have no idea like what we coming. Like
Gonna be
we're coming.
this is gonna be like one of the most exciting seasons. Like I'm not trying to sound biased because
Yeah.
WABA, but oh my God, like you all had a season off. So
Yes,
this was more than enough time to revamp, to really strengthen, condition, and get yourself right, even
for
mentally
sure.
prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's slowly but surely, steadily creeping. But like I said,
Mm-hmm.
9 months is still like a stretch. But hey, it'll get here once January hit. It'll get here before we know it.
Oh, for sure. Because I feel like even though 2020 has been challenging, it actually went by pretty quick as well.
Yeah.
So it's going by pretty fast. So, so ready. I
Oh
am so
yeah.
ready.
So, I mean, you have to study your opponent. Who are
Mm-hmm.
you looking forward to playing against? Is there a certain team you're looking forward to playing against, or everybody can get it?
To be honest, everybody can get it. Like, you shouldn't even have said that. Everybody can get it. If you're watching, LaTeesha DaLoach, aka T, number 22, said everybody can get
Oh,
it.
y'all heard that. Y'all heard that from her. Y'all heard that from the one and only the LaTeesha Loach. Not from me, from her. So, hey, she ready. She ready.
Everybody,
So,
coaches, fans, no.
hey,
Everybody can get it.
she ready, okay? That point guard gonna set them plays. And she gonna do what she do when she come down that court, okay?
Oh, for sure.
5'3", 5'3",
And
DaLoach.
I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm really thinking about, because like the way I'm preparing right now, no, you have no idea. It's
Girl, but imagine between now and August. So you just turned you this ready now.
yeah, I'm imagining, because I'm just seeing myself get back to, and when I say get back to my old self, like I've always kept my game, but you get smarter as you get older, and you recognize, like, the older you get. And when I used to coach my kids, I would tell them all the time, like, basketball is definitely more than just X's and O's. You have to be mentally tough as well. This is not
Yes.
checkers, this is chess. You have to be a
Right.
chess
Gotta
master.
make the right play, okay?
You have to be able to
So you
read
got
your
the right move.
opponents as you're playing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I'm getting back to the old vintage tea, and I'm not that old, so I just I'm ready.
All right, y'all. She ready. Woo! I know them
And
court.
this is the most talking I ever do. Anybody who knows me, all my teammates know I don't talk when I play. I
I
let
love.
my game speak
I
for
love.
itself. So
They
this the
say
most talking you gonna get.
louder than words. So but on this segment right here, you gotta talk.
Oh yeah, for
Be
sure,
yourself. Let it all out.
for
So
sure.
you can know, okay? Okay. So are you open to like personal sponsorship or brand partnership as a player?
I am open to that. That would be
Okay.
like a dream come true. I
If
would actually
so,
feel like I'm somebody.
how could someone reach out to you?
Well, my Instagram here, LCDLO22. I'm always on Instagram, so you can always send me a direct message, because I know a lot of times, with phones and stuff, I'm not really too big on giving my phone
Yeah.
number out,
Oh, no.
but
You know,
definitely start here.
yeah,
And I
here
do
on social
have,
media or at least the email. So
yeah, my email is LaTeeshaDeLoach@gmail.com. So it's my first and last name at gmail.com. So you can reach me there as well. And I'm pretty quick with that, because I answer emails almost every day. I'm always emailing at work. So I have all my computers up, so I'm definitely ready. So if anybody wants to reach out, I will respond very quickly.
great. So for those who now want to keep up with your journey as you prepare
Mhm.
um, for the 2020 season, can you say your Instagram handle again and what you may be doing? Like, are you going to be showing us how you're preparing?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I will definitely be getting some content together, because I have moved from like the personal training. So I've been doing like weight training and getting my body back to where it was. And
Yes.
then now I have a skills trainer. So I'm doing everything from the book. like back to the beginning. And
Yeah.
so,
Yes,
yes, you
LaTeesha.
all will definitely be seeing the content. Um, you all will definitely see it. I'm excited about it. And my Instagram again is LCDLO22.
Mm-hmm.
Comment, follow. I love followers. I love interacting with people. So just looking forward to talk with you all if you all want to, talk with me. So.
All right, all right, all right. Well, LaTeesha, thank you so much for taking the time out on this Tuesday evening. I know you had a 9 to 5. I know you put in an 8 hour shift today, but hey,
Yeah.
you one of the many players within this wonderful league that we were blessed to get to know. So thank you for letting us inside of your world.
Thank you.
Just know this is not your last interview. So
Okay.
I have your
Okay.
number. So,
Okay. Yeah.
as the season approaches and as it begins, hey, she knows her sports is here to stay. So I will be reaching back out to see
Absolutely.
how you are, from now to see your growth then. So
I
uh,
might be a little chiseled. I might wear a little shirt so y'all can see me. I'm
please,
cut up a little bit,
give us some gun tickets to that gun show. Let us see. So, last but not least, most definitely, I love to have my guests to close out the interview with a positive word. So, can you please do so?
Yes. Remember to keep God first in everything that you do. Believe in yourself because nobody else will believe in you if you don't believe first in yourself. And as always, like I always say, God be blessed because you already are. So thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate
You are so, so, so welcome. Point guard, PG. Or
it. PG.
PG. Yep. PGLD.
That's
So,
right.
name from me. Thank you so much. And you
Thank
have
you.
a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening.
Thanks, you too, and happy Thanksgiving.
All right. You too.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. There you have it. There was the beautiful, wonderful, talented, and humble point guard LaTeesha DaLoach for the Midwest Sound. Again, this is Helen Bohanna with She Knows Her Sports. Thank you for tuning in to another WABA IG Live interview. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, the WABA is the League of Opportunity. They are a professional basketball league who give female basketball players the opportunity to live out their dream in going professional, either playing with the WNBA or also playing overseas. And back to the League of Opportunity. This is the opportunity for someone to become a coach. This is the league for someone to own their own professional women's basketball team. This is the league for someone's small business to partner with a team or partner to brand a player. Uh, Either way it goes, you have plenty of opportunity. Please be sure to visit and log on to www.womensaba.com. Follow them here on Instagram at Women's ABA, and also be sure to follow me here on Instagram at She Knows Her Sports. But until then, have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much, and stay tuned and be looking out in my stories for next week's guest. Have a blessed one.